everybody. My name is Maralee Burnett. I am your tarot reader back with the messages for the week of April 7th, which is, as usual, a big week. But we have the end of Mercury retrograde, which might be really helpful based on all the craziness going on right now. And we will see a big, important full moon in the sign of Libra, conjunct to Chiron. Healing is possible. If you are new to my channel, it would be great if you'd click on that subscribe button now. Share my content with somebody that you think can really benefit from the messages this week. And be sure and go out to my website, marileeburnett.com. There you can have access to all my written content that supports these messages each and every week. Now, when we do this breakdown, of course, we will look at your sun, moon, and rising sign. So take the messages from all three of those cards and combine them in order to get a really good, solid view of what the week ahead could have in store for you. And of course, consider booking a session with me where we can do a personalized reading. And I usually combine your astrology chart as well, so that again, you really can understand the changes that are coming. And trust me, we're not done seeing change. We have a few bumpy months ahead of us. So let's buckle in and let's take a look, as usual, starting with the sign of Aries. I always love this card. All right. So, Aries, it looks like for you, it's a complete reset this week. It is time to head off in a new direction. The Dreamer card, also known as the Fool, is the beginning of some kind of new major quest for you. So, this is helpful, of course, with Mercury ending its retrograde, ready to move you forward in some way. And with the full moon in your seventh house of serious relationships, it could be that because of a serious relationship of some kind, you're heading somewhere new. So join in with this energy, Aries. Welcome it in and take a giant leap of faith forward this week. You'll be really glad that you did. Up next, of course, we have Taurus. Okay, we're seeing all the major arcana cards already. So that tells me this is, of course, a big week ahead. So, Taurus, you have the Emperor. When you're interacting with the Emperor, it is, of course, a business leader of some kind. The Emperor rules his group with a solid fist, right? So this is somebody that you're interacting with this week that is going to guide you in some way. And whatever they're doing, it's likely business related, and they can help you become successful. But of course, you have to follow their rules. You have to create structure in order to have a really good foundation to take a leap ahead from. And that's what the number 4 does. It helps you build a new structure for the future. And trust me, when the emperor hires you in some way, there is hard work ahead, but it will be worth it. And since this is in your sixth house, this could be a job, a dream job coming to fruition, or something about the job you currently have wrapping up. And so a new one can come in. All right, Taurus, keep me posted. Next, we have Geminis. All right, Geminis, you have the Four of Summer, also known as the Four of Cups. And I could be wrong, but I feel like this was your card last week, or it was one of the other air signs. Whichever case is true, this is a week ahead where you want to not stay stuck in anything that's been disappointing you. It doesn't serve you. And literally, staying stuck in the past keeps you stuck. You can't move on and you can't move forward. Plus, there are things going on in your life that are good, and you need to be paying attention to those things instead. For summer, Four of Cups, it's an emotional event that has disappointed you, but it's time to rebuild and move yourself forward. Now, because this full moon is in the sign of Libra, of course, that's about relationships, and so is your fifth house, which is where that full moon will occur for you. So instead of focusing on the past disappointments that you've had in relationships in the past, like this woman who's looking towards the past, it's time to look forward, to focus on what you want from your relationships in the future instead of getting stuck and repeating patterns in the past. I have faith in you, Geminis. You can do it. Next, we have Cancer. All right, Cancers. Another major arcana card. This one is the High Priestess. And whenever we see the High Priestess, it is typically because we are seeking answers and we have to learn to trust ourselves. So put your question out to the universe and then get quiet and listen for the answer. Now, this is the number two. This is how the Fool, right, these meets these people in order according to the major arcana and knows that when they meet the high priestess, that the high priestess has all the answers. So instead of doing this whole quest, why don't you just give me all the answers? Well, then we don't learn and we don't grow. So there is something that you will learn, and it's really important life lesson. Now, it could have something to do with home and family because this is happening for you in your fourth house. So whether you're seeking a home, moving, needing closure with your family, all those things are possible. Getting answers about your family or ancestors, big week ahead for you, Cancers. So trust the process. You're very intuitive. Trust the guidance that you're getting. And always remember, because of the number two, it's balance that's so important for you in the week ahead. Next, we have Leos. All right, Leos, you have some fun in this week ahead, something to do that is exciting. It involves other people and your friends and coming together. So that's really good. The Three of Cups is literally coming together with girlfriends and celebrating in some way. I personally am doing that next week, so this card makes very much sense for me. Surprise. And then that three also is about coming together with others, not just doing things alone. So if you don't already have plans like me to get out and have fun with others, now's the time to do that. Of course, the cups are emotions. So something that brings you joy. Maybe it's taking a hike by the water. Maybe it is just spending time in the water. Even if you can't do things with other people, you can spiritually connect to them through water. So, whatever you do this week, Leos, it's bound to be fun. This is a full moon that happens in your third house. This could have something to do with your community, extended family members. It could be an opportunity to communicate words that help you and others heal. All right, Leos, keep me posted. Next, we have Virgo. All right, Virgos. This makes a lot of sense because you appreciate the facts. And when you are meeting with the Queen of Winter, also known as the Queen of Swords, this is somebody that when they cross your path has really good advice for you. So you definitely want to hear it, pay attention to it. Since this full moon in Libra happens in your second house of the money you make, this could be a woman or a very feminine energy that has advice for you related to the money you make, to the work that you do. And so, again, trust her, but always trust your intuition to make sure that the advice that is being given to you is helpful for your current situation. This does say that there can be changes in the way that you make money, and that, of course, could be about the job that you do. And it also could suggest that maybe there's something to do with writing and communicating that changes because of this woman that you interact with this week. So all the court cards carry the energy of the number one. So with the completion of this full moon in Libra, there's a new opportunity that shows up for you, Virgos. Next, we have Libra. All right. Another major arcana card, and this one is the Empress. I think all we're missing is the Magician. We've almost even gone in order. So the Empress, right, is a week ahead, and of course, with the full moon in your first house, where you are being very creative. You may be giving birth to something literal birth, or you may be just creating something brand new for yourself. Now, this could be you going through some kind of a personal makeover, but I'm going to tell you, don't do anything drastic until after the 12th, when Venus is also done with her retrograde. But this is a great week to be planning, to be creating, to be very, very creative. The number three also is a number associated with creativity and especially aligning with spirit. Trust your guides, and they will show up and help you create something really important for yourself and how you want to shine in the world, especially in the week ahead. All right, Libras, let me know how that goes. Next, we have Scorpio. Boy, we're seeing a lot of sword cards. And you Scorpios are seeing the Prince of Winter, also known as the Knight of Swords. So somebody rushes in this week and presents you with information that will send you on a new journey and a new path, right? So the swords have to do with the thoughts we think, with communication, with information that comes to us. Now, this information that comes to you could be more in the way of a dream. It is just your intuition. It's a download of some kind because this comes through your 12th house where that full moon happens. So there is definitely something that is showing up for you this week. The information could help you understand something about a relationship, of course, which is that Libra energy, and something could be exposed that helps you heal as far as relationships go. Of course, the Prince of Winter carries the energy of the number one. So, this closure, this ending, 12th house, does invite a new beginning for you. Don't be afraid of doing the work. All right, next we have Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, you are interacting with the Queen of Summer this week. So think of this as, of course, the Cups card. So this is a very emotional, caring, nurturing woman that is in some way helping you achieve your goals. Now, she's likely a friend because this full moon in Libra happens in your 11th house of friends and networking groups. So she is speaking from the heart. So, whatever she has to share with you, you can definitely trust it. This could help you achieve a goal that you've been working on that is maybe part of a group that you've been a part of. Maybe you guys have been working on some kind of a project, and this woman who comes into the group helps bring it to fullness and bring it to completion. Friend could help you heal. Maybe you're struggling in some way health wise, and she has a way to nurture you back to health. It's good, it's warm, loving, caring energy. It's a court card. So whatever maybe a friendship even ends that this other person lets you know has been toxic for too long, but you don't have to be worried because something new and better comes in to replace it. Next we have Capricorn. All right. I know this will be hard to believe in the current environment of craziness going on in the stock market and the world, but the Nine of Autumn, Nine of Pentacles is good news, especially for female entrepreneurs, independent women in general, single women, because this is saying somehow, some way, this week you are still feeling very comfortable and very confident as far as your finances go, which of course is no surprise, Capricorns, because you work hard and you save hard, you spend hard too. But there is some good news. Nine, of course, is a number of completion. This is a full moon that happens in your 10th house. So there could be, again, a goal that you are achieving as a result of all of the hard work that you have put in. And there could be some kind of a bonus that you are getting that, again, helps you remain strong and independent. All right, Capricorns, please share the wealth. All right, next we have Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. So you have the Two of Winter. So, yet again, another sword winter card for this week. And in an air sign, Aquarius, this is going to push you this week with the help of this full moon to finally make up your mind about something. Now, usually when we see the Two of Winter, it's because we've been procrastinating or going back and forth, maybe literally taking two steps forward and one step back and not ever fully committing to making a change. But it is this week that you finally realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. Just choose. And then the path that you're on is the path that you're on, and you will learn things as you go forward. You're not going to have to regret it. Now, this happens in your ninth house. Ninth house can have things to do with foreign people, foreign places, and it's also higher learning, spiritual guides. And it is a house ruled by Jupiter. So it's almost as if once you make this decision, and keep in mind, Jupiter is still in Gemini, so this is totally aligned, there will be a reward that follows. So find center, which is the number two, balance, clear your mind, and whatever the first thing is that comes in that's soft and gentle, that's your answer, and go forward with it. All right, Aquarius, keep me posted. And finally, wow, we've had a lot of feminine energy this week too. Now we have the Queen of Autumn. So the only queen we didn't have this week was Wands. We had quite the showing of these queen court cards. So that tells me, especially for you, Pisces, and everyone, that this week ahead has a lot to do with the feminine, right? The feminine is stepping up and stepping in to help restore some balance. But the good news is for you, Pisces, when you see the Queen of Autumn, also known as the Queen of Pentacles, that there's some financial opportunity that will come your way this week. And maybe it's a job offer. And this is a woman you can trust. She's very successful. She takes things slow and easy. She's not rushing in to sweep you off your feet and make big promises and not follow through. She is a trusted advisor, even as far as your finances go. So, Pisces, this is a good week for you with all the craziness that's going on out there. There is some kind of big opportunity as far as your finances go. Now, it could be an opportunity that comes through your partner because of the fact that this full moon, this completion happens in your eighth house, which can rule your husband, your spouse, could be a business partner. And the eighth house is money that comes to you from other people. We're talking about Libra energy, which of course is marriage, but it's also business contracts. So something that you've been hoping for is coming to fullness and coming to completion. And so, if you are in a relationship, that something could be your partner's goal, and that brings more money in for you as well. All right, guys. that is all of the cards. Good opportunities. I'm happy to see that the energy, it's supporting us, even though it feels a little crazy out there. So that's good news. Be sure you tune into the astro lesson because I'll go more in depth about Mercury ending its retrograde, the breakdown of all of the events around the Libra full moon on Saturday and Sunday. Venus is going direct, and Venus is the ruler of this full moon. So there's something that ends this week that then we can finally start moving forward because it ended. This could be a nice change as far as the stock market goes, because of course Venus rules money, which does seem to have some hope for us again, that maybe the roller coaster ride can come to an end. But be patient. It's a long term investment, not something you should do quickly. Never take the shortcuts. Never try to get the fast money. It will not pay off in the end. All right, guys, let me know your questions, your comments. Like I said, let me know if I can work with you and help you get even more specific with the messages just for you. All right, guys, take care, and I will talk with you again next week.
And I hope you have an amazing week ahead. Go check out the Astro lesson also on my YouTube channel to see the full week broken down day by day. Take care.